See,
The drinks are on the house, okay?
He's shaken. Barter now and he'll cave in.
all right.
Okay, fine. You still owe me
60.
60 real for 3 nights.
Boom. So we're looking for a drummer.
No, it's not. Forget I said it. We are not looking for a drummer.
You don't know that, Kim.
It's okay to throw up, officer.
He says
No
that.
one is judging.
He's about to blow. Cock's gonna blow.
There's a non-zero chance that he is, in fact, about to blow. And a nice little... God, that sound effect is terrible. I feel like they got somebody to actually fucking throw up.
Burst
Like
by
that.
burst.
Probably not what happened, but it sounds like it. Terrible. Just... Yuck.
Until a pool of vomit lies under your feet and your throat stings from the stomach acid.
Fucking corpse.
Keep it.
I don't... What monster is able to click A or X or whatever confirmation key exists upon this? You monster. He has done nothing but tried to help you. Thanks. Wipe my mouth. But thank you.
The hangover is clearly making it worse for you.
It
Could
is.
use some ammonia to clear your head.
You think that would help?
If you can handle the headache. Some officers use it to deal with cadaverine.
But not you.
I can't handle the headache.
That's what he says. I don't know that I believe. But, I mean, that's what he's saying. So, whatever. I'm not going to call him a liar, I suppose. Where do we get the ammonia?
There is freight nearby.
That sounds
east of the
expensive.
hostel. They usually have a small... There's a greenhouse here, and a gardener with a wheelbarrow on the corner of the whirling in rags. If
Fucking logical deduction. Dude is good. Good. And then as we see here, so we're now seeing checks that have the white box around them and checks that have the red box around them. There are the two different categories, red checks and white checks. White checks can be retried. Red checks cannot. If you do a white check and fail, unless you get a certain sort of thought cabinet option, some of those will re-unlock white checks. But primarily the way of getting another shot at the white check is by increasing whatever skill governs the check that you failed at. So I would have to put another point in endurance here, which sucks because I really just did not go for, a physique build. And this is going to be a really hard check for me to succeed at because I can only put the one more point in. So we'll see what we can accomplish here. But that's not the only way to get yourself some bonuses on those there checks. There are a multitude of other options. And on we shall continue. We're going to take a look at this here. Dempster. See if we can't make our way in.
This container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says whirling in rags.
The padlock's labeled. It's convenient.
There's something in there, not necessarily connected to the case, but still.
Why am I looking at you, trash container? You're just a trash container.
The body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage to
It's
the
a
smell
reasonable
of death.
conclusion, trash container. Lieutenant, what do you think could be in there?
trash, food waste from the cafeteria.
Could be evidence too. Seems like if there's evidence in there, they'd have to have access or a way of circumventing the padlock. Yes, I feel like there's something in there.
What do you mean, feel?
It's extrasensory sensory, whatever it is in there. Who needs emphasis anyway?
We should get someone from the remote viewers division.
I feel like that's not a thing that really exists, Kim.
He's being sarcastic. Do not ask what the remote viewers division is.
Don't tell me how to live my life, Rhetoric. What is the remote viewers
All the
district?
detectives from all the precincts who experience extrasensory perception go to the remote viewers division.
Dude
They
is
work
fucking
invaluable to the
winding our
force.
ass up so hard. I love it.
It's remarkable how he can keep a straight face. Take note. The lieutenant is well versed in deadpan. Things he says could be meant in jest.
What kind of extranatural abilities do they possess?
None. Because
God damn it, Kim! You could have written that for like a year. I'd have been engaged. Come on. There wasn't. There
there
isn't.
isn't. But we should still access this container.
He's right. Obviously. I got the lock open.
We could try using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carriage. Or
No or. Pry bar! That's probably not what we're going to go with. Sorry for yelling at you. Or, Lieutenant?
Or we could ask for a key.
He might also have information. This is better than the pry bar
Yeah.
idea.
Making a mess of myself. Wonderful work. All right. So, on we go back. Ooh, we got a thing. Got to go back. Hold on. Whoop. This is one of the other things that I really like about the game. If your whatever stat that governs this, as I mentioned before, isn't high enough, this thing won't pop up. This blue bit here. This is sort of like your passive perception or something along those lines. But here we'll see what we got.
The theme on that pinball machine is a standard Tourist theme, used on everything from pinball cabinets to full flavor cigarettes.
Full flavor cigarettes. What are the
Turned into
hallmarks?
A picture book version of the past century, waiting for the king to come back and cast out all the profiteers and homosexuals. Basically, imagine a yellow plastic crown with a liquor brand emblazoned on it.
Wait, where do I get such a crown?
It comes free with a six-pack of Vermilion Roy d'Or. The words Roy d'Or
Oh,
are stamped into the
It's a
crown's
plastic.
plastic.
so this is one of the other, like, there are elements of the thought cabinet that are sort of disparate and disconnected, but a big sort of arc of the main campaign is what your political leaning ends up. From what I'm aware of, there's like I mentioned before, there's a communist track. There's a ultra liberal track where you're just like free money or free market grind set kind of type of dude, and then I think there's a what do they call it, the moral intern, which is sort of a I don't have a strong opinion either way sort of deal. And then royalists are obviously this other option. It's more of a like nationalist, chauvinist, far right leaning shit show essentially. Which is it's a trip the way that they explore some of these concepts. It's not all flattering, and they come at it from a way that I think is parody even for the like really pretty reprehensible beliefs that they'll let you engage with. But it's just such an interesting way that to let you build your own character in a role-playing game like this, in a sense that's very different from how you'd go about it in something like Neverwinter, or Neverwinter Nights is more what I'm thinking of than the MMORPG, or Icewind Dale, Baldur's Gate, those kinds of traditional CRPGs. You're gonna make these dialogue choices. You're gonna do whatever you're gonna do with your mechanical build, but the character you're playing is basically motivated to not be a total shitlord. As a general rule, you're trying to save the world from whatever grand cataclysmic crisis it's facing, and so on. That is not what there is no requirement. The only element of this game that is unchangeable is that you are a police officer and you're looking to solve this murder. It's everything else you learn and choose as you play through, and it's just wild how they allow that to work. and incentivize you to read yourself into the position of the character that you're playing. There was a point where I was like, man, I bought this game on sale, and I felt really bad for not paying full price. So, like, how strongly I feel that this game is awesome. Okay, so I think I'd rather know more about
The
the world
contemporary
today.
period stands still. The fated carousel of progress that doomed the royalists is itself winding down. Our time is decelerating into
It
what
is,
no one knows.
of course. Sometimes some of the writing is just so good. I think it's Kurvitz was the guy, Robert Kurvitz. I'll try not to spiral into it too deeply. But there is like an ongoing legal dispute with what's happening with the IP of this game. It's actually a whole ordeal that seems as if it was something written by the people who created this game. It's just nuts. But until more details come out, I'm not going to get too into that. But there are ongoing litigations, despite the reality of Disco Elysium 2. Many of the original creators are not happy with what's going on and what has gone on with the ownership of the IP and its transfer and the like. Yeah, as
Can I
that
help
develops,
you?
there may be more that I talk about that because it's pretty interesting to me as a game and as a concept in general. There's a lot to that. But back to the game here. We're talking to Gart, looking for the key to that dumpster in the back. So, is that trash container out back yours?
Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
Which you own. Come on, Gart.
For clearing the debt. Why do you keep the container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why.
Rude.
And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
But, like, you are,
I thought as
and that
much.
is
And
going
are
to
you
get.
the only party with access to the trash container?
I mean, they're coming to dump that. I don't. So, like, you're paying for them to pick up the trash that comes out of that. They're going to keep coming at the regular basis. Unless you're actually producing the same volumetric capacity of trash that would fill the container. It's asinine to... Anyway,
Well,
It's trash.
yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
don't lock your trash. I guess if you're worried about identity theft, that's a whole different thing. Anyway, us and the garbage disposal company have access to it, he
It
claims.
seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you.
It does. The things they're
Prod at it
stirring.
and find out.
Oh my god, doesn't it seem callous to you? Guarding you and your leftovers from the poor. This game, man. I was just saying that, obviously. So I'm gonna.
Callous? What are you? Kras Mazov?
Crass
Almost all
Mazov.
establishments in Revachol keep their trash locked. The Whirling in Rags is not special in that regard.
No, I just, in general, though, do you feel callous for that? I didn't ask if you felt special.
Krasmazov,
No,
Namdegir, was an economist and a historical materialist. He was a leading figure on the Grad side of the Centennial Revolution, where he headed the 9-day government. Mazov is considered the father of scientific communism, Mazovian thought, or Mazovianism.
Maybe I am Krasmazov? So this is Karl Marx, if you haven't caught into that just yet. They've switched some letters around and whatnot, but yeah. Essentially, or the Karl Marx of this world anyway, essentially, the you know, whatever, progenitor of communist thought in this world. I'm going to go with this. Maybe I am Krasmazov, because I'm hoping there are numerous ways to come across your own name or select one for yourself. I haven't done this one yet.
What are we talking about? Was this not about the trash container?
No, wait. What if I am Krasnozar?
We should return to this theory at a later time, officer. This here was about the trash container.
Yes. We do need the keys. That's not the point that I was trying to...
Mazov, are you planning to nationalize my trash container?
So yeah, it's the same things. When they get there's like a bust of him later, and as you like, again, the association with communist thought, it's pretty cut and dry. But as a game that comes out of Estonia, it's like an interesting way to position this place. There was a royalist, so a monarchy type thing that controlled the area in living memory. After that, there was a communist revolution. And then after that, there was a more capitalist, standard, democratic. It will find later that it's the moral intern based, I guess. And a further revolution isn't quite the right word, but now that's the power in charge here. I don't know. Yeah, this place is kind of stuck in the middle of these two great warring ideologies as they've gone back and forth across this world that they've created. It's an interesting perspective from a game that, like, again, comes from a former Soviet bloc country and so on. I suppose it's, I think, Estonia, or at least in the vicinity of the former Soviet Union and so on. Fairly confident they're former communists. I just don't know enough about the things. We got the key. That's what really matters here. I don't think that I have anything I actually need to bring attention to yet, but he gets upset at basically everything you bring attention to that you discover around the area. Doesn't love it. It's a key component of a bunch of different key component. It's not key. It's a great checkpoint to come in and tell him about stuff. Some of the stuff does matter more than you think it might, I suppose. That pinball machine got knocked over when I ran over here. I just realized now. So it used to have like a wigged bust on top of it, and it's all off kilter now. Right, so we need to get this ammonia situation figured out. Don't want to meta too hard on it, but I'm close to a level. And I don't remember where the bag is from. I have to go just walk back there and hope I find it pretty quick. But I think it might be in the trash container. So we're gonna go and check that out first. That's the third sort of primary objective. That's achievable. It's really a sideline from our true primary. But at some point here, I'll have to actually talk to Kuno for all of you to enjoy. The logo of the municipality of Revachol, whichever you prefer.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, "Whirling in rags."
I don't know. The clinical,
With
detached
a wet
way
oil
that they
crack,
describe
the lock
it.
pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid.
We're gonna call that close enough. And see if it doesn't do a little bit better. I'm worried that with the source still on, it won't do a whole lot different because it's still pulling from
Don't. Maybe you shouldn't.
Inland Empire. You were the one telling me I needed to get in here, that something important was here. Didn't I just have a premonition that there's something in there?
There is, but you won't like it. Sweat forms on your brow. Your hand is still on the lid.
Boonk.
The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
All right. We'll continue. I'm sorry. I'm trying
We're
to watch
just in
and see
time.
if this animation.
This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
Okay, come on. It's really not much better, is it? I mean, it's marginally improved, I suppose. Whatever. Call it close enough. I'll give it a closer look here in a moment. But anyway, sorry. This is going to sit here for 15, 20 seconds while that catches up now on your end. Sorry about that. Okay, so I'm going to look under the boxes of carton. I should have
You
moved it
see
forward.
milk, an egg rest with one broken egg in it, some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy
Who threw
package
out an
somehow
egg?
feels familiar.
Why?
You've done this before. The movements are recorded
is.
in your elbows, the methodology in your fingers. You're used to this. No,
Used to what?
searching for evidence
Dumpster
in the
diving?
trash.
Dive further.
A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below, and turbo noodles.
Turbo
Nothing of note,
noodles.
however.
Pick at the rags.
Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers.
Oh my goodness. Grab them.
As the
don't
legs
have an
of the
option.
slime-covered cheese
What?
begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air.
The
Why?
victim's clothes?
That's interesting.
Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay.
That's what? I mean, it's been a week, so several days passed.
Drop them in here, officer.
Bag them
Guitar
trousers.
marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The loops appear stretched, but the belt is missing. That's it. Do you
The
see
belt's
anything else in there?
oversized. That I think.
I
that
have another
matters.
bag here.
We shall
Something
see.
slimy catches your eye.
Reach for it.
A drab, long-sleeved shirt,
What?
colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
It is indeed too much RAM. I need to see if I can't find a website to download some from. We're gonna bag that there shirt.
This is a military type overgarment.
Ah.
No label or serial number.
I'll tell that with all
This is the
pus
kind of
and
rib-knit
everything.
shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario.
There you go.
Anything more?
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than that,
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes
Yeah.
in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
That force. What's your deal with the teenagers, Kim? Got problems? You think someone from the whirling might have been
Not really.
involved?
All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
But that's still thread. What's loose in it? Seems we need to pick at. We're not gonna
The
ask the
lieutenant
kids who put
nods.
that there,
then looks back into the trash container.
but we are gonna talk to the kids after that. Search the food waste.
It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey,
But hey,
nothing. It's nothing. Nothing more to see.
I don't trust you. You're lying to me.
What's this?
Elbows out. Nothing more here. That's an option. I don't even know if you need it. Ah. What? What is it?
piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's
Well,
shiny.
that's not good.
Looks like the corner of something.
I could have left it here and come picked it out later when Kim wasn't around.
Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
A man's handwriting.
Officer, is that your paperwork?
Well, I mean,
It is. Look, the plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there.
Yeah.
If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash?
Well. It has a foreboding quality to it. Maybe I need it, for the great bloodletting to begin. Yeah. No. I'm gonna stick with it. The old
What are you
apocalypse.
talking about?
I speaketh the tongue.
Doeth thou also thorough inventories? You should take stock of your notes. Make sure it's all there. Official notes
man.
contain informant. If some of it has fallen into the hands of the RCM's adversaries, bloodletting may well ensue.
Definitely. It sounds like an order. I'll take this. Okay, I'll do that.
It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case.
Well, I mean,
Now,
hey,
tell
let's
me
not
what
get
your
ahead
eagle
of
eyes
ourselves.
see. Or are we finished?
What your eagle eyes see? There's a mug. I'm taking the mug.
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow,
An antique.
only in its social sensibility.
Only in its social sense of racist mug. I cannot not take it. Probably not happy about it. Reasonably so. Close the lid.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
Boom. Come on.
That's one thing off the list.
Indeed it is.
Got it all.
Task chain. Sorry, I'm trying to watch it again. It actually seems like it's kind of doing the thing. It's at least playing as well on that end as it's playing on the right. So as I said, we are going to talk to old Kuno here. My dude.
Kuno's got this.
The boy throwing rocks at the dead body can't be older than 12.
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then this is it. He's almost exquisite in his ugliness, like a gremlin.
Like you can't feed him after midnight. I feel attacked by that description somehow. I don't know why. Hey kid, a word. Police business.
Right in the dick, Kuno. Get him right in the dick.
It's loving in the dick.
Again, coarse language, slurs, that's one that they cover here, but some of them they do not.
The boy
it's not
is sweating
that
profusely.
particular one.
His eyes are like two black holes and his jaw is twitching as if trying to break free from the empire of his body.
This motherfucker. Hold on. What does that mean?
The kid is obviously high.
Yeah. Stop using slurs in my scene. That's not how we do it.
Can't talk, pig. Shit's coming up strong. Throwing rocks.
Digging holes. It's, if you've seen Breaking Bad, that's what's going on right now. Straight up. This is Jesse.
Shit coming up strong. That sounds good. Joyous. You should hang out with this kid.
This
and see
12-year-old
what that
kid.
juicy shit is all about.
Electrochemistry you shouldn't trust. The electrochemistry is out to ruin you.
Yeah, Kuno. Ride the lightning, Kuno.
Kuno-S.
Kuno's riding at sea.
This is sweat. Just fucking throwing
Kuno?
rocks.
You should throw the rake at him.
The fuck does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener.
Uh-huh. You know what? Look, this isn't going anywhere positive. Kuno, you just, you keep doing you. Alright? Try and lay off the lower velocity on those rocks.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, eternite.
Eternite? Eternite. That's a roofing material. I wonder if that's one that exists in, like, the real world?
Because it's nice and
God
orderly.
damn it!
Palette, easy on the eyes.
I'm sure there's nothing important behind that.